This week on Anime Sickos, we are proud to present a one-shot actual play RPG adventure run by guest GM Quinn Welsh-Wilson. Behold the adventures of a pair of average cogs in the cyberpunk world of Shin Sicko City. Please note that this adventure is not canon in either of the show's two existing fictional timelines, the Sicko City universe and the Lord Bones universe. It's very normal for a chat show to have two fictional universes, in my opinion. Anyway, this episode's fucking funny. The show will be back to normal next week. Enjoy!
We open to the sound of howling wind on the blasted wastes that are the remnants of the planet Earth. As we see rocks crumble loose from their pitiful grip to the boulders on which they cling, slowly we begin to hear a pulsing, pounding, heavy metallic sound. And then, into frame cuts a sharp, triangular, metallic spike. And the camera zooms up and out along the spike as it is revealed to be an enormous, mechanical, spider-like leg attached to the bottom of an enormous dome. Inside of this dome, we can see colors streaking out into the wastes. Purples, blues, greens, all tinged with neon. This is Shin Sicko City, the last city on planet Earth. And the camera moves beneath the barrier. We are inside of the dome now. And inside of that dome, we find an enormous, piercing tower made of black metal and neon. This is where our characters find themselves working. Today, you find that it is time that they are experimenting with a new cubicle setup. You've arrived at work, and it appears as though the entire floor plan of your cubicles has been rearranged overnight. No longer are they separated by these weak dividers. There are now depressions in the floor where each of your cubicles used to be, and a harness which sits on a frame at the entryway to the cubicle. I'm curious as we start to explore what this is. Who are you? These office workers that we're going to be following. Tom and Joe, who are you playing? What's your deals?
Hello, Game Master. My name is Tooltip. I'm a corporate drone, obviously, going to work at Sicko Industries, just like my pal, who we'll soon meet. Tooltip is kind of just your average drone, your office guy. You know, Tooltip clocks in and out every day. Tooltip uses he/him pronouns and is technically a bio-monster, which is what you call a human that has been spliced with animal DNA. Don't look different. It's just Tooltip has orangutan lungs. They're functionally identical to human lungs, but I have Biomonster on my ID. So that's that.
You can teach a monkey to smoke, and it's you.
Yeah.
I am an android named Paste Special. My deal is, even though I'm an android and I don't need sustenance or really a place to live, the reason I'm a drone, a cog, a corporate drone, is because I have many hobbies. I'm a collector of vintage cowboy art. I'm an amateur leather worker, and I'm also really interested in furthering my hog knowledge of all hogs.
Yeah.
These are all things that require money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. One of the critical areas in the skills gap that no one ever talks about is hog knowledge.
Yeah, all kinds.
I should say I forgot to mention this about Tooltip. I focused on the orangutan lungs as though that was the coolest hidden content of Tooltip's body, when clearly the coolest part of Tooltip's repertoire is that I have an integrated skateboard that's stored in my leg that I can unfold and use as a skateboard at any time.
Hell yeah, very nice.
If we're showing off our augmentations, I have cyber eyes, which is not defined. Awesome.
Well, you're an android. I feel like how would you have any other type of eyes? You're like anything that you have is cyber just by default.
Yeah, like as the GM, sometimes you make a character and they say, hey, you have to give the guy some stuff. And I'm like, I don't think they're going to care about the specific details of what a Cyber Eyes does. I think it's just cool enough to put Cyber Eyes on a character sheet and call it a day.
And that's good GMing, folks. You can take that to the bank.
One thing that I want to say about Paste Special is that I do have the ability to retract my arms and legs, and I can be worn as a backpack.
Fuck yes. Okay. So, as you are entering the office this morning, finding that there's this sort of strange setup, your boss, Gregory the Man Bones, calls an all-hands meeting. So, Gregory is a 4'2" skeleton in a zoot suit.
Yeah.
He does have a slicked back pompadour haircut, though. And Gregory says, I appreciate so much all of you coming in today. I know Mondays, right? I'm sure you have a lot of questions as to the changes that maybe have gone on to the office overnight. And I gotta tell you, the folks at upper management, they thought it would be a real interesting experiment for everyone to try a new experimental productivity boosting office arrangement. And so we are trying out what are known as suspension cubicles. I'm sure that you've seen the harnesses in front of the pits with the computers in them. And you're simply going to, when you're clocking in today, this conversation, this explanation, as you know, that doesn't count as time on the clock. You're not being paid for this. Basic stuff.
We're not
You
in
sign
the harness.
contracts.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not in the harness. You're not getting paid. And then you're going to jump into the pit once you've fastened the harness on. And if you feel any sort of discomfort in your chest or your shoulders, maybe your arms, it's okay to scream. Just know that that's normal, and we will not be helping you. Are there any questions?
Gregory, the man, is this the same pit from when we had to hold a rusty nail that was in the wall above the pit and suspend ourselves over it in that way? Or is this a different type of pit?
It is conceptually similar. The folks who are doing, office design philosophy, there's been a lot of talk about pits lately. Pits are sort of all the rage. Whereas that pit, at the bottom of it, there was a pool of radioactive goo.
Yeah.
That you would fall into if you couldn't suspend yourself. Here, if you find yourself getting too slack, falling deeper into the pit, you're just going to encounter some slime instead of goo.
Hey, Paste, this sounds incredible.
When do you think Gregory's going to nut up and just kill us directly?
I don't know. But one thing about Gregory, you take a look at that guy. 4'2", skeleton, zoot suit. He looks so cool.
Yeah, he's a boss, and it hurts when he says things to us, but, he's so cool. And the fact he's so short makes him cooler.
I mean, I'd like to find fault with what he has to say, because, objectively, it's wrong. But, man, that style. I try. I put on my little tie today. You like it?
Yeah, but it's not management good.
Yeah,
Gregory sleeps like that.
Fuck, you're right. He definitely has a jammy zoot suit that's, made of silk. And
Oh yeah, it's just under the regular one.
yeah, he puts a cyber candle on like a motherboard, and like holds it around to get around. Man, Gregory, goddamn. I'm sorry, sir. I imagine you want us to get into the harnesses.
If you want to pay me a couple more compliments, I'm not going to stop you. Unfortunately, again, you're not going to be paid for it. So anytime you spend complimenting me, again, which I do appreciate, the silk breathes like a beautiful woman is blowing kisses on me all over. It's wonderful stuff. You're just going to have to stay an amount of time equal to the amount of time that you spend complimenting me. So I think that's sort of, that's your call.
Okay. And to Paste's question, I understand you're probably not going to answer this, but when will you kill us?
Like, just do it.
Funny thing is, that's not my call. I've told you this before, boys. It's not my call. It's the upper management. They're going to tell me when it's time.
It sucks to be in the middle.
Yeah, because you get all the blame, you get none of the credit.
Yeah, or the killing.
I really do want to kill you, though, is the thing.
Yeah, our metrics are awful. Like, we are fucking it up.
We feel it every day. Like, it's coming off you in waves, buddy.
Good, because I'm trying to cultivate that bloodlust.
Yeah.
I say my mantras in the morning, in front of the mirror, the bloodlust affirmations.
I did see you reading that business book, Always Hate Your Employees. You're really manifesting.
And the thing
those
is,
lessons.
that's just the tip of the iceberg, you know? If that's all the book had to say, it'd hardly be worth the price. But I gotta tell you, you should look into it sometime. Maybe take it on as homework. It's got some real insights that I think
I don't
might
got a
really
lot of
help
employees, though. That's the issue.
It's about the mindset, Paste.
Yeah, but Paste, we can learn how to make our boss hate us more. Certainly the book's going to include some examples of things to hate your employees for. We could do those.
Oh, that's a good point.
And
there's like, I could be a worm in ways I haven't considered.
That's exactly the kind of mindset that I appreciate an employee. Thank you, Tooltip. If he gets any more fucking turkey opinions, can you please put him in his place? I do have to take a phone call. Yes, it is sexual.
Bye, Gregory.
He turns away, grabbing his cell phone.
Oh, God. I strap myself into my little baby, into my baby suspension seat, and hop into the pit.
I, just before Tooltip jumps in, I go backpack mode and attach to his back. So I am on his back as we descend.
As we snuggle in and it starts, like, the elastic starts bouncing me up and down, and I log on. I turn around and say, "Hey, Paste, you got your you remember to grab your laptop before you went back to hack mode?"
No, what I was thinking is you can just open like another tab for me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to work anyway, so you can just put the Wikipedia page to the Mongols, and I'm just going to read that as you work.
Yeah, that'll be fine. If there's one thing that computers love doing, it's having multiple instances of Outlook open, so I definitely feel like my laptop's not going to fucking freak out. Let me just check my email.
Look at that fan go.
Yeah, no, it's... all right. So I got about 20 seconds before Outlook crashes, so let me just check my email. Okay, need your blood, need your bones, coming for your bones, we're coming for your brain. No, that's a new one. I gotta star that.
Is there anything for me in there? Because I've just been telling people if you need to contact me just to email you.
Hold up. I don't know, dude. These are all like all these shit about they're coming for your blood. This is like an all hands email. It's going to everyone. Oh, actually, ba-ding. I actually just got something. And hey, this email has the little fucking label that I programmed to show up when there's something for you. So actually, yeah, you can go ahead and read this one.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, so this is an email titled regarding HP efficiency of new suspension cubicles. It's clearly on the inside addressed to your coworker Paste Values, who is sort of cozy with management, like more cozy than your usual worker. sort of an underling, one might call them.
Yeah.
And it's talking here about how the projections were wrong. This isn't going to be generating enough HP. They're going to need to recalibrate all of the suspension cubicles as soon as possible. This was a mistake. Also, this email is highly confidential, and if anyone reads it that's not supposed to read it, they're going to be fired and probably sued, if not killed.
Tooltip, I'm always getting this guy's email, and now you're getting his email too, because I'm your problem.
This is ridiculous. You also live at my house now. You didn't ask. You just started going backpack mode on me, and the straps are your arms, so I can't get it off unless you decide.
I'm a delight. I eat nothing. I require very little space.
Fair enough. That is true. You do, when you look at your cowboy art, you do scream extremely loudly.
But this email, my sense from this is, one, we're not supposed to read it.
Yeah, I feel like the when is the boss going to kill us question was kind of moot. This seems bad.
I'm kind of thankful this Pitt is here, because Gregory Bones would probably just be behind us reading our screens all day, but when we're in the pit, we have the privacy here to read emails we shouldn't be reading.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused about what's inefficient about this? Like, I'm over a pit. It's extremely scary. I'm bouncing. It makes me put me in the mind that I'm a baby. So like I'm really cowed and dominated by work, and I'll do what they say.
Going to the bathroom is now a huge ordeal.
It's a huge ordeal. Everyone I'm looking around now. I sort of had it in mind that this was going to happen, but people are just going. They're just pissing into the pit. It's a nightmare.
We've only it's 9:05. Already they're doing it.
Yeah,
it's a veritable symphony of piss groans.
And also, what is this about HP? I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure either. We should ask him.
Paste values, you mean?
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't freak out that we got his email, right?
No. What'd the bottom of it say? If you got any questions, hit me up.
I mean, I don't remember. My Outlook crashed. It's going to take a couple hours for that to come back up.
Okay, yeah. Well, this afternoon we'll email him.
Yeah.
At which point, up sort of over the top of your pit, like a shadow falls down upon you, and one of your other coworkers, Nokia Gunfight, is looking down. She brushes some hair behind her ear, and she says, "Hey, the two of you, Gregory just sent me an email that said that I needed to crawl out of my pit and come over to your pit and tell you that you need to crawl out of your pit and go into Gregory's office because he needs to talk to you right now."
Is there any sort of agenda given? He had the bullet points.
Did he have a trophy, maybe, to give us?
Yeah, I didn't want to say trophy, but I was hoping maybe it would be trophy based. Is it
ribbons?
He didn't use as many skull and crossbones emojis as he usually does to sign off the emails. So I don't know what that's about.
Well, that could be a bad thing because he is a skull. That's him smiling.
That's just him smiling. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's really hard to make sense of it. You know how his emails always feel like you get them and you could read them in both ways, where there's one read where it's oh, okay, things are about to go real good. But then if you look at it another way, it's am I going to come out of this meeting with all of my toes?
Yeah.
Or that sort of thing.
Yeah. I got one email from him that was hey, Tooltip, I'm going to kill you. And that could be good because it's a sweet release from this hellish prison.
Fucking finally.
But also, that's ouchy. It's scary. Don't like that. So I know exactly what you mean is my point here, Nokia.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of... Can you help me get out of this thing? There's a lot of straps on my bouncy seat.
Yeah, I'm also weighing him down a lot. It's really only made for one person, and I'm very heavy.
Yeah, he's like 2,000 pounds. It's only my orangutan lungs that are giving me enough oxygen to support this motherfucker.
So the suspension rope that's sort of holding you on your harness, the thing that anchors it is one of those like two-sided cords like you get on window blinds.
Yes.
And so she like unhooks them, pulls them, and she tugs on the wrong one at first. And like lets it release, and you go sliding down about 10 feet until you jerk to a sudden stop.
I'm gonna make the little decision here. I get neck deep in slime. I get gooped in the slime.
Okay, yeah, no, you are covered in slime. It's rancid. You're not sure what they reduced down to the slime, but it seems like it was probably organic at some point.
Okay.
You know, it's like if somebody were going to slow cook something, but they didn't cook it, and instead it just got rotten.
And it wasn't food.
It was slime. It was slime for sure.
Okay.
So she shouts, "Sorry!" and then yanks too hard in the other direction, pulling you out of the slime. There's a incredibly audible pop as the tension of the slime breaks.
Can I further say that I get shot up so fast that my head pops through the ceiling, and what's directly above me on the next floor is a big grand piano, and my head pops out of that, and my teeth are keys.
Absolutely, yes.
Furthermore, my feet are sticking out of the piano, and they're the pedals.
Yes.
Also,
yes.
there's a guy, like, it's like the building's, like, executive lounge for, like, chilling out if you're the boss. And so there's, like, a pro, like, lounge singer and piano player who didn't notice, and he's playing my teeth and Joe's feet. And each time he plays a key, a little mallet on the fucking piano hits me in the head.
Yes. This goes on for a moment.
Yeah.
Before you are tugged back out, and with a mouthful of piano keys, you're brought back to the narrow walkway between the suspension cubicles.
I turned around to Paste Special and I say, "Hey, Paste, they made such a big deal about everything being different about the cubicles, but everything that's happened so far is totally business as usual. This happens every day to us."
Yeah, the slime was a little unexpected, but not like we've been slimed.
Yeah. And we go through that piano every single day of our lives. I honestly, I'm calling it now, Paste. This whole thing with Gregory, this meeting, it's going to be like not a big deal. It's like actually not a big deal that we got Paste Values emails, because especially you have a paper trail where you told them to stop doing that, so you can just point to that. Your ass is covered. We're fine. We're in the clear.
Yeah, we didn't make the mistake, so naturally it stands to reason in a just world where God is real and caring that we can't be punished.
Yeah. Well, now you say it like that, fuck. And then we're at the door.
Yes, exactly. That I was gonna make sure that was a walk and talk, because that was perfect walk and talk shit. I'm curious. So you open the door. Well, do you knock or do you just enter?
I say we just enter because we think it's gonna be good.
Yeah. We're gonna get a ribbon. Like,
yeah,
we didn't get a hard no from Nokia Gunfight on ribbon. So like, it's gonna be a ribbon. We're like, yeah.
Okay, so you open the door. Some of the light from the neon of the city outside is shining into the room, which is quite dark on the inside. Mm-hmm. Sort of casting these multicolored, ominous shadows over Gregory's face. I'm also curious, I'd love to get some feedback from you on how are you imagining the inside of this guy's office, right? Like, he's the only guy in an office, obviously, that's not in a pit. He's got a desk in there. But, like, what are you feeling for the overall, like, aesthetic construction of this place?
Oh, he's got a xylophone in there because he's a skeleton.
Well, that's for sure. That's not really aesthetic. It's more just like he's not an idiot. Like, he has his basic office supplies, like Come on.
Sure.
I'm thinking a cross between like the Apple Store and like a museum. So it's got like that sort of like techno white, but it also has like big marble columns and like a fountain, like gilded edges. So I realized that I'm explaining both a minimalist and a maximalist design philosophy at the same time, but the future.
But Gregory pulls it off.
Yeah, and also the future is not subtle.
No, God, no.
Yeah, there's definitely a T-Rex skull on the wall. It's the real deal.
Yeah, there's also a xylophone of T-Rex ribs
Sounds like shit.
for when he's feeling like dino mode.
All right, welcome you two. Come on in. Come sit down real quick. You gotta sit down real quick, or you're at risk of getting night in the museum by the frickin' Tyrannosaurus Rex skull.
Quick question, Gregory. I know we're not in our harnesses. We're getting paid for this meeting, or...
Well, so that's actually a really interesting question that you propose, right? And I think that the course of the conversation that we're about to have is going to answer that question.
Okay.
And I do have something special in here for you, and you can hear him like open up a drawer and start rummaging around for something.
Dude, ribbon.
Could be a little trophy.
And he does pull out 2 little blue ribbons with medals in the middle of them.
Holy shit.
I need you to come sit down, and I need you to look at these.
I do so. I come and sit, and I hold my little hand out. Gimme.
Yeah, I probably need to check and make sure my name is spelled right on this thing.
For once, it does very clearly say Paste Special on it, and the text on the metal, aside from your name, is a bunch of incredibly tightly cramped, very small legal text. It's like they just fit an entire end-user license agreement on like a small cookie-sized disc of metal.
Is there anything that we glean from this text, or is it just like complete visual noise?
The part of me that's running a game is like, oh, do you want to make a roll for that? But that's also stupid bullshit. There's no need to like, you can see it or you can't, it feels like. So you look over it, and you do see a couple instances of the phrase kind of in bold text, termination and breach of contract.
Huh.
And then at the end, toward the end, you can see the phrase "fuck you up big time."
Huh. Gregory, real quick, I'm looking at this ribbon. Thank you, by the way. It's gorgeous. This, I mean, you know, I haven't read the whole thing, but this stuff, all this text, this is like shit that you're like. This is a big list of things that you're not gonna do to us, right?
So, yes and no, right? Because what am I doing, right? I'm a tool. That's what I am. Is between me and the upper management. It's like they have got like a hand inside of me and they're moving me around. It's like I'm a puppet.
Dude, he said tool.
But
he said he's a tool. He admitted it.
Dude, you said you're... I have a feeling that it's about to get heavy here, but... You said you're a tool.
Stupid son of a bitch. God damn it. And he finishes whispering to himself, and he's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Regardless of what I am or what you think I am. I've got a beautiful head of hair. I've got some wonderful zoot suit jammies that feel like they're giving me beautiful kisses from a lovely woman. And I've got a super kick-ass office. So, upper management let me know that an email made it to Tooltip's inbox that was meant for Paste Values, but that was addressed to Paste Special.
Yeah,
and
that's his fault, by the way. Just letting you know, Paste Values, he's got to let people know what his email address is.
We're different people. Like, you can't just be sending emails willy-nilly. Like, he's clearly letting autocomplete do it.
Like, Paste Values is a big giraffe man. Like, he's 22 feet tall. Like, he did not look like Paste Special.
Yeah.
They don't look similar. They maybe have similar names, but you know what? That's not my problem. Because when you saw that email and you saw that it wasn't your name on there, you should have turned away. Our revolutionary eye and mouth tracking technology in the little cameras that we put on your laptops. Yes, we put cameras in your laptops.
Yeah, you put a big arrow next to them.
Yeah.
So that you know what to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I'm surprised that you continued to do that knowing that the big old camera was in there, right? Because we're obviously watching you, and we did see you read the entire thing. And I did see you, after Outlook crashed, conspire to delay trying to resolve this issue for as long as possible.
And no, Outlook just takes that long to boot up. I didn't conspire to do anything.
Oh, so what? You don't have feet now? You can't walk over to Paste Value's cubicle and ask the man a couple questions? You can't own up to your mistakes using your own voice? I thought you were better than this. I thought you weren't a piece of shit, Paste Special. Are you a piece of shit?
I thought it was pretty clear. We all agreed I was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, he said that the first day when we had our big new employee greeting. He said, I'm a piece of shit. Who's that guy? I said, my name is Tooltip. Then he became a backpack, and he's like pretty much like, you asked if he had feet. Like, functionally, no. Technically, yes.
I refuse to use them.
They get used every day upstairs as pedals on the piano.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, I am a piece of shit. It's been going pretty okay for me, I guess.
And hey, okay, consider this. You know what? You're tracking my eyes and my speech. You're not tracking my thoughts. What if I tell you this? What if I lay this on you? I only was delaying because I needed to get all of my important work done. I was prioritizing. So it wasn't a delay. I was just putting tasks in order, you know what it is? I think that's an efficient use of my time. So what do you think of that? Huh? Yeah. I can't get in trouble now. I proved it.
He has been rubbing his hands on his face for a while, sort of like shamefully covering his mouth and rubbing at his eye sockets, muttering a little bit. But as you pivot onto this part, now that you're not sort of calling him out anymore, he says, I've seen your workload, Tooltip.
Yeah.
And you know what? The funny thing is, none of that work falls into the place on the priority pyramid above reporting to Paste Values. Do you remember the priorities pyramid?
Okay, the base one was suffer.
Grains.
Yeah, suffer and brains. The second tier was suffer mentally. I should have been clear. Suffer physically was the first one. I thought it was clear. Now that I put it on the spot, I realized I probably should have been clear. The third tier up was
your own weakness. It was your own weakness was the middle one.
Yeah, you always stay weak, never become strong. The next tier up was remember to always be a submissive to your direct reports. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, no, you got me. Yeah.
Right, you were so preoccupied with the mental anguish that you forgot to do the direct report. So, blatant breach of protocol right there.
Yeah, so like,
we're sorry, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we're sorry. I'm sorry.
Has anyone ever tried that? Just apologizing at work? We're doing it now. We're saying we're sorry.
Yeah, we did it. We made the mistake, but you know what? We didn't want to do it.
We're gonna grow.
Yeah.
That means a lot to me to hear. And he sucks in some air through his teeth. But I need to let you know that this isn't my choice. This isn't me doing this to you. I want you to understand that. This is out of my control. But I am going to have to let you go. I'm so sorry. I tried to tell them. I told them, look, you know me, you know Gregory, you trust me. There's no one who works in this office that I want to kill more than these guys.
Aw.
And they said that rules are rules. And that if you have a problem with it, You can try to take it up with upper management. But at this point, you're terminated, and you do owe a substantial amount in damages to the company.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Quick question. I always thought, and egg on my face if this isn't the case, I always thought you were making upper management up and you're the boss.
That's what I would do if I was in your position. I'd be like the guy upstairs. You wouldn't believe the crazy shit he's making me do, which coincides with what I want to do.
Yeah, that's just what I'm asking you is, like, when you say take it up with upper management, is that like a coded message for I hope you die as fast as possible, or are you like starting us on a little quest?
You know what? Holy shit, I can't believe I didn't think of that. They're always talking about what upper management is demanding of them. I don't think upper management exists.
It sounds, the name's dumb.
Yeah, that's silly, man.
This one does exist. I didn't make them up. I wish I had. That would have been a fucking... Even if they did exist, I could say that they were doing anything. And you'd have to believe me because you couldn't ask them because you don't know who they are. Fuck! God damn it!
Hey, yo, buddy, you got a long career ahead of you. You can start today. And how about this? We gave you that little treat. You sort of kicked us in the dick. How about you pay us back by you give us a little hint on how to fucking find upper management? Because I tell you what, I don't know if you know this about your employees' payroll, but you give us exactly enough money each day to pay 1 day of rent and 1 day's worth of food credits. So if I'm not getting my paycheck for today, and also I owe any money, both Paste Special and I are going to starve, become homeless, and die tonight. So any hints that you can give us would be great.
Okay, so this is going to sound kind of weird. But you know how organizational structure is always like a little bit more complicated than it really needs to be? Like you would think that there was like a direct report situation that goes on.
It's
right?
like the fourth tier of the priority pyramid, your direct reports.
Right. So the thing is, for management, you have to make an indirect report, and I indirect report to someone named GameCube WonderSwan. And as far as I can tell, they don't technically or legally or officially work for the company. I believe that they're a member of some sort of retro video game console themed street gang. But I do get all of my upper management information from them. You're going to have to take it up with GameCube WonderSwan.
Now, I was going to ask, the street gang sort of gives away the game. I was going to ask if that was one of the Hamptons WonderSwans, but I think that's a different family.
Yeah, it's a different family. The Hamptons WonderSwans,
they're very high class. They wouldn't be in a gang.
Yeah, exactly. The height of luxury. I'm always talking about the Hamptons WonderSwans and how much they love gold. They love silk. They love designer animal carcasses. That's a little thing you might not have known about them. Again, because I do like you and I would really like to kill you. But that's about as much information as I can let go. They do hang out down in Gamer Town, obviously. I assume you know where the arcade cabinets operate out of, but just in case you didn't know, that's where they are. I'm sure that you can find GameCube WonderSwan if you dig around enough.
So, Paste, busy for the rest of the day, or you free and you can come with me on this little jaunt?
I'm not using my legs, so wherever you go.
That's cool.
I'm going too.
I deploy my integrated skateboard out of my shin, and I immediately rocket out the window, crashing the window and going down the many, many, many floors as I make my way onto the streets.
All right, do you make your way onto the street like cool style, or is this a mess for you?
Well, Quinn, I'm looking at my friggin' sheet and I see that I have +3 to cool, and you just asked me if I did something cool. And also I have a talent that I am impulsive, and I can boost a roll once per mission. I think it was pretty impulsive for me to have skateboarded out of my ex-boss's many stories up office. So I feel like I'm about to roll a boosted cool roll and add +3 to it. Am I understanding you correctly?
In addition to any skateboard specialty that you might have.
Well, I definitely do have a +1 to skateboard. So I'm adding +4 to this boosted roll, which means I'm rolling 2d6. Is this also correct?
A boosted roll means you're rolling 3d6.
Holy shit. All right. So I'm going to tell you what the dice say, but I'm going to answer you this now before I roll them. It's fucking cool. So that is 6, 10, 12 plus 3. So that's 13 plus 1 plus 4, 14. I rolled 14 for the coolness of my incredible skateboard exit.
Yeah, so you pop a few tricks on your way down.
I land on a manual so that my multiplier keeps going.
Yeah, your multiplier keeps going. You also get a couple grinds in to extend your combo. You do a McTwist. You pop a Christ Air. And I'm going to say that takes you just straight down to Arcade Row in the Gamer District.
Holy shit.
This is the worst part of town by far.
Yeah, have you ever been here, Paste? You ever been to Gamer Town? Is this your first time?
Only in my nightmares.
Yeah, I've been afraid to come here. Honestly, if he had asked me where I think that the game gang, forget what the name was, where the game gang hung out, I was going to say Business Town. That's me being an idiot.
But this is worse. I mean, like, look at this. We got people hunched over, Game Boys.
Oh, God.
You got people blowing on old Famicons. They're huffing the dust. This is disgusting.
And there's a lot of advertisement in the district. There's a lot of like big neon advertisements. Every single one of them is for the long discontinued energy drink balls.
All these kids come up to us and they're like, "You got any games on your phone?" And obviously we attack them.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yes.
We defeat them in combat. It's easy.
They're children.
They're children.
And we do have games on our phone. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Like,
but
many.
it's just not for them.
Yeah, I got Chrono Trigger on my phone, but they're not going to appreciate it. They're going to be like, this game's boring, and it's going to make me cry that they said that. Also,
I'm going to tell you that the art looks bad.
Oh my god. Quinn, I know you're joking, but like that just made me have like a little pang.
Imagine a little fucking piece of shit 8-year-old telling you that Akira Toriyama's artwork, that fucking key artwork of like the sword getting fire on it. Imagine being told that looks like shit.
I would puke on the spot.
Yeah. Well, I luckily have like slime on me still, so I can like scoop a goop off of my arm and like push it in their face. So, and they're gonna puke. They're not used to it like I am.
Right, yeah. Gamer Town smells bad, but it doesn't smell bad like the goop. So, do either of you have any underworld connections? Are you familiar with the workings of the criminal undercity of Shin Sicko City?
Well, I'm looking at my sheet right now, and it says that I have a specialty in cartel politics. So I would say yes, I do, Quinn. But if you ask me to elaborate, I would be like, "Can you help me?" and ask you to do it for me.
Yes, perfect. I'd just love to get like a little cartel politics roll from you, which I think the thing is, I've reread the rules pretty much every time. There we go. If you could give me a clever roll plus whatever the value of your cartel specialty is, that would be excellent.
Sure can. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7 total.
That's enough to make an easy level check in this system.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say your basic level of knowledge here is that pretty much all retro gaming in the district goes through the arcade cabinets. Everyone.
And the arcade cabinets is the name of the gang.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone huffing an old cartridge. All those Game Boys that people are playing on, those have all moved through the arcade cabinets.
Okay.
But you don't know enough to know, for example, where like the supply guy is, right? Like you can find a street vendor, and you can probably use that as an entree into this situation. But you don't know anyone more like up the chain. You just have a general sense of, yeah, these guys run the operation around here, and what they peddle in largely is retro games.
Dig this, Paste. These game heads huffing their carts. Well, I tell you what, all this contraband moves through the arcade cabinets. We need to find the suppliers and hit at the source. And that's that, Jack.
I got an idea.
Give me
and I open up my chest and a little drone that looks like a little smaller version of my head comes out. And I have a personal drone, so I will use this to scour the area and try to get some recon.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
It definitely can, like, highlight the arcade cabinet dealers, like, in yellow or some shit.
Oh, yeah. I have that the Batman vision from those games.
Yeah. And as this is flying out, I'm just like, oh, shit. That's how your yelling was so loud. Every time you look at your cowboy art, you're yelling with two heads.
Yeah. And then also the head inside me echoes.
Fuck. Okay, that makes sense.
Your drone ascends, and the view that we get from the drone shifts from being sort of like a camera lens view, like a cheated out filmic camera lens, like not actually the way that a camera lens works, obviously, because that's how we're usually seeing the stuff in film. But they're sort of cheating that out, and then slowly we see the cityscape below sort of slide into an isometric view and digitize. And in yellow, every point of sale for arcade cabinet retro games starts filling in on your minimap, as well as a bright blue blinking automobile symbol that is your car, Paste. Because you have a car. What kind of car
I do
you have?
It's a van with a mural on it.
What's on the mural, dude?
A wizard. It has an orb, and inside the orb, there's a bunch of wizards trying to get out. They're like pounding on the glass.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so you have your wizard van. You know where that is. It's a couple blocks away. But if you click R3 three times, it'll spawn in behind you.
Cool. So from my HUD, I can see every transaction that shows a sale of a retro gaming device. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's like a black light in a hotel room. It's fucked up. I can see everything. But I think if we follow the densest cluster of transaction dots, we might be able to find who we need. Also, I never told you this, but I have a van.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You skateboarded like right out of the window. I was going to tell you earlier, but you just kind of got going. But anyway, do you want me to give you a ride?
Wait, it's close?
I mean, like, it's on the way.
I thought you said you'd never been to Gamertown.
I mean, it's parked on the edge. I wouldn't park in Gamertown.
Yeah, that's true. They would take your rims. They would use.
Yeah.
They would burn them down into motherboards for their Game Boys.
They would play Tron with them.
Oh, yeah. Oh shit. Yo, hold up. Can you drive and I'll be out back skitching?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
3 points. The points go up as long as I'm skitching, and if I have a non-hostile driver, that's just infinite, dude.
Yeah. I have a classic cars skill, which does skitching help with that?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's some collaborative work. Why the fuck not?
And it's very classic for a van to have such a mural. I think, okay, cut to Paste is in the van, Tooltip is out back clutching the bumper. Let's stop fucking around. I want to see this.
A group of kids from Gamertown who have followed you to the van. And as you enter it, like you open the door, and they all start screaming, "He's on GTA mode, he's on GTA mode."
And I look at them, and as Paste Special starts the van and just gets it start moving, I turn to the crowd of chanting children, and I'm like, you think that's GTA mode? Look at this! And I pull out, because I realized I have this as one of my items, a gun, and start firing it wildly.
You have to do the GTA 3 thing where you can target behind you as you walk.
Yeah, they start going fucking crazy. I'm going to say, if you need to call upon the goodwill of the children of the gaming district, that's going to factor well into this. Word spreads like wildfire. They love this shit. Because Grand Theft Auto is a retro game now.
Oh, shit, you're right. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it turns out the March of Time is cruel.
Okay.
And it's not long between the squealing of wheels, the skitching, and the blast of firearms before you arrive at Mr. Jason Scruple's wayward home for retro gamers. Despite the name, it is not a housing facility. It is a small, cramped shop full of bins, full of old carts, and dusty boxes. None of this stuff is in mint condition. It's being very poorly cared for.
Mm-hmm.
And so it also sort of smells like decaying cardboard and a heavy layer of dust. And at the back of the shop is a tall, muscular wolf man with his arms crossed. And he has a little name tag on it that says Mr. Jason Scruples.
I say to Paste, I whisper, he's back in backpack mode, I say behind my shoulder, hey, let me do the talking. I know this type.
Go for it.
And I walk up to Jason Scruples, toss an elbow casually onto the counter. I make brief eye contact with him and then look away up all casually. Like I do this all the time, and I say, hey buddy, Jason. I got a bunch of MAME ROMs, and I got the BIOS. About to kit out my garage with a bunch of retro games. Only thing I need to complete the package is a couple of arcade cabinets. And when I say that, I look at him and give a wink.
I think this is probably one of those things where if you're trying to make contact, you're trying to convey this message here, go ahead and give me a cool roll. And do you have any specialties that you think might help you out here?
I sure do. I have Gift of Gab, +1 on all social rolls.
Oh, shit, yeah. All right, cool.
So I'm going to be adding 4 to the following result, which is like full 12. Holy shit. That's 16. I said exactly the right thing. That's like the code.
That is literally the code, yeah. He uncrosses his arm from his chest, takes his long, like werewolf hand under the counter. You hear the click of a button, and he smiles and says, "Welcome to the arcade cabinets. I'm sure that back there you can find exactly what you're looking for."
I turn to Pace and I go, did you fucking guess that would be his voice? What the hell?
That is. No offense, but that's a goofy voice for a werewolf.
Everybody's saying this to me a lot of the time, and I've tried to change it. I've like tried to go down here and speak. Hello, my name is Mr. Jason Scruples. But nobody
the octave
believes
wasn't
it.
the issue.
Yeah, no.
It's not. Oh, it's not. I thought it was the octave. I thought that if I'm talking up here, it sounds like I'm not very threatening. And so if I go down low, then people will think he's a scary werewolf and he's
buddy,
going
you're
to
focusing
put
on the wrong
his claws
thing.
in me.
The wrong thing. You're like a little Swedish boy.
Yeah, no. What you got to do when people look at you, when they see the kind of man you are, everyone's thinking the same thing: Italian. Now you got to make your voice sound like that, and I think then you're gonna like really hit the home run.
When people see werewolf, they think paisano.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay. So if
I
I
look
was-
at you I know, like, I want to meet your nana so I can get the red sauce.
Do you mean like Italian American or Italian from Italy?
Oh, definitely Italian American. It's the goofier one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was going to say follow your heart, but my buddy Paste is right.
So if I was instead to say like, hello, welcome, my name is Jason Scruples. I can serve you gabagool.
Yeah, dude, that's it.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, for sure.
You did it.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, I hear a werewolf now.
Then have a good day.
I will. Bye. And we
And
go
he's
down.
trying to come up with an Italian word. And he just doesn't know any Italian.
All right, so we go to where he let us into. I forgot if he opened a secret door or whatever. We go
There
into
was
the
like
place.
there's a secret door that's like slid open in the back. He pops open the counter so you can go through, and it takes you down kind of a cramped staircase, like a little spiral staircase back there, that then empties out into like a vista. Right, it's like you're almost like overlooking a warehouse that's been built underneath here. And front to back, it's DDR machines.
Holy shit. Paige, this is the most disgusting, depraved shit I've ever seen in my life.
I could see why this is underground, guarded by criminals.
I mean, one of these machines is bad enough. My God, listen to the K-pop coming from them.
It is overwhelming. It's cacophonous. You can smell the sweat like dripping off of the bodies of the gamers. Mm-hmm. And at the back there is one machine elevated above all the others. Mm-hmm. And dancing on that stage is a form that you can't quite make out yet. It's far enough away, unless maybe you had some sort of cyber eyes that you could use. But nobody said anything about having cyber eyes, so I wouldn't fucking know about it.
At this moment, my drone crashes through the window. Which I am now seeing in picture-in-picture in my display. And what do I see on the platform?
You see the picture of like early to mid 2000s DDR arcade culture here. This person, it's a woman who's got dyed black hair. She's wearing like a black vest, and then she has detached black sleeves that she's wearing.
Oh, fuck.
She got big black cargo pants with a wallet chain and like shit-stomping Doc Martens on. And she's going to fucking town on this machine. And everyone around her is chanting her name. GameCube Wonder Swan, GameCube Wonder Swan.
My little display, like, confirms the name. Like, it says GameCube Wonder Swan in sweet neon letters.
Yes, it does.
I think this is our person. I think this... Tooltip, I think this is it. I think we're in the right place.
Huh, look at us. We thought GameCube Wonder Swan was a man. That just goes to show our biases.
Well, I didn't think that.
Oh,
but,
fuck.
you know, you told on yourself. That's fine.
Oof. Ugh, gosh. Going to, like, the queen of the DDRers. It's kind of turning my stomach. Can you give me a little bit of what to expect? What's this Wonder Swan look like?
Well, she's very goth, but, like, goth on a level, like, I've never seen before.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm
Look,
feeling conflicted, Joe. I was ready to hate this person.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the goth ways, but I do know that, like...
They have powers, dude.
They do have powers. They absolutely have powers, and that's why instead of just going up and trying to start a conversation where they could reduce us to nothing with their goth power, we should probably try to build a rapport or maybe impress them with our own DDR skills.
Yo. Paste Special, I gotta tell you, you got robo legs. Feel like if one of us is gonna do it, it's gonna be you. And I know, oh my God, it's hit me. Retro games, arcade cabinets. What do? to get their respect, we got to do a Banjo-Kazooie, dude. 4 feet. 4 feet on one cabin.
Yes. I was about to just say, because if you make me do it, I still only have 2. Like, we can just cheat. I was disappointed in you initially because I thought you were going to suggest not cheating.
No, cheating is perfect because in retro games you're emulating anyway. You do the save states. There's no way. If you're using the lives system of the original game, I mean, I'm no arcade cabinet. I'm not part of one of these freaks. But I mean, this is common sense. You got to use save states, dude.
Yeah.
Have some respect for yourself.
So let's friggin' cheat. Oh, we got to pick a song though.
Fuck.
Let's do. Let's go over this limited release 2005 DDR cabinet, and let's play this the Serbian language version of Sandstorm.
Hell yeah! I know they had words. I guess the Serbs put words in Serbian.
Yeah. Fuck yeah! All right, perfect.
So what it sounds like, just so you know, when it goes da 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 da, those are now words.
Fuck.
I'm in awe of Serbian language Sandstorm. This is a collaborative check. I don't know if there's actually rules for that, and I'm not going to check. I think that right here what you can do is you can make a... it's either a cool or a quick roll.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to capture the attention of the gamers, right?
Yeah. We want GameCube WonderSwan to approach us as, like, an equal, rather than us approaching her as supplicants.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so between cool and quick, how are the two of you situated?
I'm maxed out on quick. I'm a quick guy. I am not a cool guy, though.
I am maxed out on cool. I'm not a quick guy.
So together
we're cool and quick, and we're doing Banjo-Kazooie mode, so we are both only doing our specialties.
Okay, so do either of you have specialties that you might find relevant to this?
Yo, I got skateboard. I could integrate my integrated skateboard. I could be tapping my foot, and then my skateboard's like shooting out and tapping other things at the same time. That's a stretch, but I think that's what you were asking for.
No, yeah, I'll take it. So make that roll. And I'm going to give you advantage on it, which means you roll an additional die, but you only take the 2 highest numbers.
Hell yeah! So I'm doing a cool roll with my skateboard attached.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, taking the lowest die away from that leaves me with a roll of a total of 3, 4, 14.
All right, and then you know what? I'm going to say, hey Joe, give me an advantaged roll for your part of this Banjo-Kazooie mode.
Yeah. I'm going to use my quick, which is +3, and I also want to point out that I have a heavy armor frame, so as I'm stepping, I imagine I'm crushing this machine because I weigh so much.
So I feel like you should definitely add that specialty to your roll as well. And if Quinn says no, we can overrule them because
it's just an augmentation, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's
it
perfect.
makes your dancing better.
That's true. Okay, so 16.
Holy shit!
I rolled a 6, and a 4.
All right.
Well, you take the 4 away, so
yeah,
it still is a 16 because you give the 4
that's
back.
What I mean with the
holy
4.
Shit.
Yeah. Okay, so holy shit. Describe to me, like I think this turns into a montage, right? This is you suddenly working your way through the ranks of the DDR, like, bracket here.
Yeah.
So, like, what does that look like? What kind of guys are you dancing off against?
Okay, yeah. There's an octopus man who comes up to us looking like I'm definitely got the advantage here. You got 4 legs, I got 8 legs. Halfway through, he realizes he's not in water, and he gets too dry. He has to retire.
There's a minotaur that has a belt full of LED lights. He's actually not that good, but he tried.
There's like a cloud of nanobots that can like form into any shape, and it's like kicking our ass. But then like halfway through my dance, I flip over and land on my hand, and I do a big spin with my legs out like Sanji, and I kick out like the mother node of the nanobot cloud, like the mother bot, and when it leaves the cloud, all the others fall down powerless.
Perfect.
I have a logistical question.
Oh, go ahead. Yep.
When we dance together, am I like covering two of the arrows at all times, or are you spinning around and I then cover the ones that you are not facing?
My thought was that this has like a shit ton more arrows than your standard DDR deck. It has like 50 arrows.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. I like that. Yeah, that would also impress the goth more then.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's directions you didn't even know existed on there, to be frank. And the last guy you go up against calls himself Lil Neo, and he dresses like Neo from The Matrix.
It's a shame to defeat him because it's so cool.
He does try to enter bullet time, and that really undoes him. He leans so far back he just falls onto the platform.
Yeah.
He does start crying immediately because he's just a little guy.
Oh. You know what I want to do? It's very quick. But as he is leaving, I like turn an eye to the kids gathered who know and love me, and I just give them a pleading look that's just like, don't give Lil Neo a hard time.
They understand. They give you
Okay,
like that
good.
knowing look.
Thank God.
One of them, in fact, like steps forward and reaches out a hand and pulls Lil Neo to his feet.
I give him a thumbs up.
From there, you are lifted bodily by the congregation who watched you defeat the slew of onlookers.
I'm going to say that the first time we're hefted, we're immediately dropped because they don't understand that Paste Special weighs 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It absolutely
There's a
takes
Yamcha crater too in the floor from us now.
They recover from this, and one of them steps forward and says, "Really sorry. I thought that was going to be possible for us. We were going to carry you all the way up there to where GameCube is. But so, like, as you make your way there, imagine that you're being carried on our shoulders. I do think that you broke Jerry's spine, though, so we're going to have to take care of that."
Well, it's thought that counts.
My drone hovers down, and it, in its mouth, grasps the back of Jerry's hoodie and flies him to a nearby hospital. On the way out, his head bumps on the window.
Yeah, he's wearing a hoodie, and like you're kind of like holding him by the hood, and he starts spinning.
Oh fuck! It's the old woman getting airlifted out with a helicopter. Yeah. He's spinning so fast. Actually, I'll think of it this way: it could be that the spinning is realigning all of his spinal discs. Could also be that it's damaging them more than ever. It's really up to the beholder.
And the thing is, it's for the doctors to find out.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not really your problem. That's a medical issue.
Yeah, again, we say like, hey, it's the thought that counts. You guys tried to lift us, he couldn't do it. We're trying to get Jerry life-saving medical attention as soon as possible without exacerbating his existing injuries, and we'll find out if we did that later. But I say, gift receive, gift given back. We're cool.
Excellent. And you now find yourselves topping the stairs and arriving at the platform on which GameCube WonderSwan performs.
Hello, Miss WonderSwan.
Well.
Did you see our moves?
Yeah, you really tore it up down there. I'm surprised. It's been a while since anyone showed up in this club who could even come close to my level of skill.
Yeah, it's just because we're that cool.
Mm-hmm. We're also blatantly cheating. That helped.
Yeah, I mean, cheating is cool.
Yeah. So
there's like two guys. Like we're two guys.
Yeah,
it's true. You're two guys. It really drove home to me how impressive it is when two guys are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So, she kind of looks you up and down. You're not from Gamertown.
No.
You want something.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Well, before we answer that question, maybe it would help you if we asked you this question, which is, do you know Gregory the Man Bones?
Oh my god, yeah, that fucking tool?
Yes!
Yeah, he hates us. He's always talking about, like, every day. He's like, oh, I can't wait to kill you guys. Ooh.
He did give us some ribbons today, which was very nice of him.
But they were your fired ribbons.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Yeah, we're fired. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's what we want. I remember now.
Yeah.
Okay. This must be about the message I had to pass to Gregory earlier. Okay, yeah. So, you were fired. So, I guess I have some assumptions about what you might want, but I'm still going to need to,
fire,
tell me.
paste values instead.
Yeah. He can't send an email, and now we don't have food.
I mean, Paste Special doesn't eat food, but, like, when I'm eating dinner and I don't make a plate for him, it's just, like, it's rude. It feels like I'm excluding him.
Well, it looks like you've displayed a high level of competence here. I can't necessarily give you, like, an apartment to live in, but if you want to start sleeping in a nook here and earn your keep by playing Dance Dance Revolution, I could arrange that. Or I'm looking at your faces and it looks like that's not.
I mean, I didn't want to, like, spit in your face because you're being really nice to us, but, like, I have that urge is rising.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not trying to have my face spit in. I agree with you, right? Like, Gregory's a fucking dick. He's a complete tool.
He said that maybe something that we could do was talk to upper management. Now, I'm still not convinced that they're real. Are you that?
So the upper management, the indirect report thing, right? I'm an indirect report.
Yeah.
That didn't used to exist. That's actually kind of a side hustle that I carved out to help fund this whole thing. But it does exist. But, like, not like you think that it does. You're going to need to go, and you're going to need to meet with a couple of guys.
Well, that's what we've been doing all day. That's fine with me.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Bone Sages?
Yeah, I know about them.
Yeah, that's upper management. The Bone Sages are upper
Oh,
management.
okay. Well, that makes sense. They would be in charge. Paste, you heard of the Bone Sages?
No, I'm not as into the underworld as you are.
Oh, okay. They're these guys, they're mostly about sacrificing blood and bones to the machine. You heard of the machine, right? Like, that's what
every day with this fucking machine.
Yeah, I mean that's why we went to work, like to help it. But yeah, they're like the priests that, like, maintain it. I know about this because I read it in a book.
Oh, we should have started there, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, think about all the experiences you might not have had if you did.
That's true.
Yeah. So, GameCube, is there? I don't know. You like us, like you vouch for us. Can you, like, put a word in for us with the Bone Sages?
I can tell you where to meet them. I can send a message. You are going to have to solve what they refer to as the trial of the Undercity to meet with them. But don't worry about that one too much. It's not as big a deal as you think that it might be.
Okay, I already forgot about it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so if you just go to the corner of Dorfman and Sakuga, there's
Is that Sakuga Street or Sakuga Boulevard?
Sakuga Boulevard.
Good thing I asked. I was thinking of Sakuga Street. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a really common mistake. I always forget to clarify, but
they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have to. They're really far apart.
They honestly shouldn't. It's ridiculous, and I could understand if, like, one turned into the other at some point, like, for some reason, but this is the only city in the world, And I think that they must have like pre-planned the thing, right? Because I'm pretty sure like we're up high. This whole thing seems like it was kind of like pre-planned. So somebody decided that we needed 2 different roads called Sakuga. And like, what's with that? Is it because it's on 2s?
I don't know, dude. This is the great mystery. Anyway, old Victorian house, you said?
Little Victorian house. Yeah, just got a little Victorian house. Knock on the door. They're going to ask you to solve the trial of the Undercity, and then...
Yeah, we'll do that for sure. We're going to kill that.
Yeah. Cool. It was a pleasure to meet you. If it doesn't work out with the Bone Sages, you know where to find me. And I did get a couple text messages from Mr. Jason Scruples, and he seems at turns like really excited and energized by the meeting that he had with you, and also like newly insecure about his voice.
You just gotta... Okay, here's what you gotta do. Next time he's gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
Voice is gonna be different. It's gonna be straining to be Italian. We told him he did a great job. It's terrible, but
it sounds Russian. The other thing that's weird is he kept saying really short words where you couldn't really hear the accent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What I need you to do though, pretend like it's fine, because this is a path he has to walk to become his best self, and it's going to be a tough walk to get there. And if someone ridicules his stumbling first steps, he's gonna stop, and that's gonna be bad for everybody. Because one day he's going to sound like fucking Mario. I swear to God, he's going to sound like Super Mario, which I know you guys love.
You can love the guy, yeah. Rest in peace, Charles.
Yeah,
Martinet, the guy who voiced Mario's It's the Far Future. Unfortunately, he died. He wasn't able to complete the operation to be transferred into his cyber body, and we miss him every day.
It's a shame. All right,
but yeah, I'll be supportive. I really want to make sure that he... it feels like he's on the verge of making like an important change, and I do want to facilitate that. He hasn't been doing so good since the divorce.
Now that you say that, I didn't know that going into it, the divorce. But now, it's so obvious.
It puts a lot into perspective.
See, okay. Actually, I think it might have been good that I didn't know that, because I tell you what, and like, I'm going to sort of show my hand here. I was like, I know this kind of guy. Let me do the talking. I told my buddy Paste that. You've met Paste. We've been talking for a while now.
Yeah.
And like, I went up to him and I like gave him the business. I was so smooth, and like I accidentally like asked backwards into like your guys' password. Like, I think he thought I was like a high level guy. If I had known he was divorced, I had a completely different tack that I would have taken. It's like my divorced strat. I do it all the time. It works usually, but I would have definitely gotten shot if I had done that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense, again, with the tone of the messages he was sending me. But you don't worry about Mr. Jason Scruples. I'll take care of him. I've got his back. You go to that little Victorian house and do your little trial.
Yeah, and if Jeremy turns out to be dead because of the spine, I would say bill us, but if we don't get our job back, we're going to be killed at midnight by the robots that kill all the homeless people.
Also, no address. So where are you going to bill us?
Yeah, fair point.
And I do appreciate that. Also, we are a street gang. We'll collect our debts if we need to.
That's true. That makes sense.
But probably the robots will get you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. We go.
Yeah, so you wind up at this like dilapidated little Victorian-style house. There's a rotted wood walk-up, and the whole thing is kind of like purple tones, like old purple paint peeling off. And yeah, the door has like a stained glass inset in sort of a half circle. But but it's abstract. You can't really make out what it's supposed to be depicting. And as you approach the door, there is a sort of rumbling that you can feel on the steps and on the porch. And then a voice begins to speak out to you. If you wish to enter the Undercity, you must answer these riddles 3.
Okay. What are they?
Number 1. Select all images present, which include a hog and
Oh, shit. I don't know anything about this.
board of CAPTCHA-style images appear in front of you, some of which include hogs, some of which do not. And you're going to need to figure out which ones have hogs on them.
Buddy, I gotta tell you, I'm straight up, this is straight up random chance to me. I have no idea. I gotta cede this to you.
I got hog knowledge. The other thing, which is great, is that I also have classic cars as a specialty, so I can identify in those pictures when they're a car and not a hog.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a strong combo. I would love if you could give me a clever roll, and I'll let you apply both specialties to that. I don't know if that actually applies in the rules, but I don't fucking care. You get a +2.
So I have a +1 base for clever, +2. So we're doing what? 3d6.
2d6 +3.
6 + 3, 9.
Hey, that is the difficulty on the head. There's one image, and it's one of those images that's just like, it's blurry, it's really hard to make out, and you're thinking for a minute, okay, this has got to be a hog. It turns out that it is an old Studebaker car. So you're able to avoid pressing that one, and you save yourself some real shame.
My jaw drops at his decision. I never would have done that. I would have clicked that for sure. I would have.
Yeah, it looks like a dick, right?
Yeah, I would have thought that was a hog.
Yeah.
It's a car?
No.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Damn, man. That's incredible.
Yeah. So I check all the boxes and I identify all the hogs, and I hit verify. I am not a robot, even though I am.
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that they don't understand. You have passed. Challenge number 2. Who made the goop on your Grinch tweet?
Juicy Main!
Correct!
This is easy. Fucking these riddle 3 are for babies.
Trial number 3. Which of these erotic cowboy prints is a fabrication? And so 3 pieces of vintage cowboy erotica pop up. They're all pretty tasteful.
I say we're not going to have it actually be depicted on mic, but as soon as these pictures appear, Paste Special and his drone head both start screaming extremely loudly.
Yeah. My drone head screams, and it's still holding Steven, or what's the kid's name?
Jeremy, I think?
Jeremy, yeah.
Jeremy.
So I'm not too good with the drone control, so I thought I dropped him off at the hospital, but I didn't unclench my jaw, so I still have him. So I start screaming when I see this vintage cowboy erotica, and Jeremy falls from the equivalent of the second floor with a thump. Of course, though, the impact hits his spine in the opposite way it was traumatized, curing him instantly.
Yeah. It's like amnesia, he's fine now. Yeah.
Yeah, he does stand up and scream victoriously. I can walk, he screams. I'm so happy. And he continues down the road, just pumping his little arms.
Now that guy should also have an Italian accent, but I feel like he's had a tough day enough already.
I walk up to one of the 3 vintage cowboy eroticas. We're talking like it's a sexy picture, right? It's not like a book.
Yeah, no, it's a sexy picture.
Okay. The reason I know this one is a fabrication and not a true vintage is that this saddle doesn't have enough fiddly parts on it. A proper, time-appropriate saddle would have more doodads on there.
Yeah, he's always going on about doodads.
This saddle looks like shit. This is fake. This one's fake.
Correct. You may enter the sanctum of the Bone Lords, the Undercity.
Cool,
And
thanks.
then there's a click behind the door. And it opens up, and there's just a guy there with, like, messy hair, kind of a little bit of stubble. He's wearing a hoodie, and he's like, hey, I'm one of the Bone Lords. My name's Fantubrius the Greater. Come on in, and we can have a talk with you.
I just gotta say, Fantubrius the Greater, I'm gonna confess this right now, because if I don't, it's gonna be sticking in my mind if I don't get it out there. We definitely went to Sacco Street first. We wanted to be here like an hour sooner than we were. I hope that's not a problem. I know it's dinner time.
It's pretty close to the end of the workday. I was starting to get worried that you guys weren't going to show up, and then, like, you know, like, we anticipated this whole thing sort of happening. It's pretty natural. You don't want to die. We thought we were going to have to kill you anyway. Yada, yada, yada. We're glad you're here. And him over there on the couch with his feet on the coffee table is Slamaris the Wet. And sitting there on the iPad is Cranker Juice Maker. The three of us were the Bone Lords.
Hi, I'm Tooltip. This Paste Special.
Hey, we're unemployed, and we've been told that you can sort of fix that for us.
Yeah, because it was Paste Value's fault.
Yeah, someone sent us the wrong email, and now we're fired. Isn't that fucked up?
Right. You got the email about the Hell Power, right? That was the thing that happened. We get a lot of things every day. I know it looks like this we're sort of like a chill hangout spot. We actually do a lot of work. We get a lot of emails every day, a lot of stuff going in and out. I'm pretty sure you got the Hell Power
HP was?
email. Yeah, HP is Hell Power.
Yo, if you had told us to describe the email, I would have said they're changing the cubicles email. Knowing now that it's the Hell Power
I would have
email,
assumed you were a completely different guy. There's another guy who got fired today for another cubicle email.
Is this bad now that we know about Hell Power? It feels like that's like changed the tenor.
Could you guys stop using Hell Power?
Absolutely not. No. So you know about the machine.
I tried.
Everybody knows about the machine and the blood for the machine.
Yeah, we know about the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's half the picture. The truth is, Hell Power is generated when, like, people are when they're suffering, when they're not feeling good, when they're scared that they're gonna die, when they've been dipped into goo.
That's why the first tier of the fucking pyramid is suffer.
Yeah. That we put suffer in there probably about as many times as we could.
Yeah.
Just to really drive it home. One thing that we found generates a surprising amount of Hell Power for how funny it is if somebody gets slingshotted up from the floor to the ceiling, and they come up out of the ceiling into a piano, and the piano keys become their teeth. It's even funnier if there's a second guy there whose feet become the pedals. That does great numbers for us.
No, you're not going to believe this. I agree that that's funny.
It's so fucking funny. Every day, Crankor is trying to tell me that it's not funny, and I'm saying, Crankor, it's the funniest shit on the planet Earth, and it's energy efficient.
Okay. Can we live?
We don't have to have the jobs back. If you just want to give us money to not work, that's fine too.
So do you promise to be cool about the Hell Power thing? So the thing is, like, you're gonna have to convince each of us, right? Like, there's 3 of us. You're gonna have to at least convince 2, right? So you get a majority vote. I'm feeling like you guys are pretty good. You passed my trial. You know, I had a trial out there. I showed you the stuff. I put on the deep voice to be all scary. That was me.
Your riddles 3 were dog shit, dude. We slam dunked this. I feel like we've already won. Like, I'm taking my victory lap already. We did it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be so mean.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That was honest. That was hurtful. I thought that I was queuing you up for something. I was hoping that I could make you feel special, and then maybe I could yank that special feeling out from underneath you around the whole hell power thing, and now you don't have a job. You were riding the high, and now you don't really know what the future holds. You guys are surprisingly unshaken. You're taking this super in stride.
Mm-hmm. I'll convince the other two guys right now. I walk over and I say, I've learned about hell power, the horrible secret, and just know I will always put my own personal comfort over the truth.
So, the first one, Slamaris the Wet. He is wet. He's just a damp guy. He says, so you make an interesting point when you say that. And I'm curious, how can I be sure that's actually what you're going to do? You've got a track record. We keep notes on everybody, and it says you're a bit of a wild card. Is that true? First of all, would you, 1, is strongly disagree, 5, strongly agree? Wild card is a descriptor of you. Would you say that is accurate on that 1 to 5 scale?
I turn back to Tooltip and I'm like, am I wild? I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's a fair assessment.
I'm gonna say 4. I'm answering for him. It's 4.
Is it 4? I'm saying 3.
Yeah.
So you neither agree or disagree.
That's the wild card answer.
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
Damn. Okay, that's not enough. That's not enough information. Then you've got my head spinning at this. I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out which way to go because if you had said yes, then maybe I wouldn't believe that you were a wild card. But now I'm not sure if you're a wild card or you're not.
Doesn't it sort of make you feel bad to have this sort of dissonance in your head? Doesn't it sort of have a little frisson of mental suffering? Why couldn't it be that by telling us about hell power, you've enabled us to become the most efficient workers we can be?
Wait, did you do that to milk hell power out of me?
Is that bad?
Are you fucking milking me?
I thought you liked that. You guys do it all the time. This is a very stinky room. I thought you did on purpose.
Oh my god, I've been milked. Okay, so here's the thing.
It's good when people do that.
I think you can live. I'm not sure if you can go back to work or not, because
living and then not having to go back to work is actually the best outcome for us. That's cool. That's great. I love what I'm hearing.
I'm going to reserve judgment. You need to go talk to Crankor and see what she has to say. And then we're going to figure this out, all right? You talk to Crankor, then you come back to me. We're going to make a final deliberation. And we're going to see if you can live or if you can go back to work or what exactly is going to be happening.
Cool.
Does that
Thanks,
sound okay
man.
to you? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crankor looks up from her iPad.
I asked if you got any games on there.
Yeah, there's a few.
I don't actually care. It's just I got in with a bunch of kids earlier, and they always do that. I wanted to fit in.
I got Chrono Trigger on here. It's pretty good.
Ooh. What? I got Chrono Trigger on my phone.
Oh, hell yeah. She
your
puts out her
favorite?
hand for a high five.
Yeah, I high five. Who's your favorite? Mine's the frog.
Nobody ever seems to like her, but I like Ayla. I think Ayla's cool.
She's cool. I mean, there's no losers really in the cast. Do you get Magus or no?
Usually I get him, yeah. Usually I get him. This
Yeah.
time I'm wondering what if I played a little spicy, and I didn't.
I mean, I can never work up the courage to do it. Anyway, what's your deal? Like, what is the thing you want to hear?
So I'm seeing, I've been watching you interacting with the other guys, and I noticed something. You kind of both made them both feel pretty bad about themselves. And I'm wondering what drove you to behave like that to other human beings, like other people. I'm just really curious about that element, like inside of you. What drove you to that?
Okay, I'm trying something here. I'm like, well, actually, so I know you guys are Bone Lords, and I told my buddy Paste Special about this a while ago, but I actually read a book about you guys. I knew about you, like GameCube WonderSwan.
Yeah.
Tried to like drop the Bone Lords on me as like a surprise, but I knew about you because I read you in a book. And if I'm remembering correctly, and it could be that I got the thesis all wrong, and if that's the case, my bad. I've really been fucking it up. But my understanding of you guys is that the one thing that you love more than ever and worship as the only inherently worthwhile concept that there could ever be is pain. And I felt like ribbing, like just ribbing, would be like the kind. It was like a handshake for you guys because it's like pain, but like it's fine.
Yeah, so
That's
a
where I
lot of
was coming
people,
from.
a lot of people, they talk to us and they think that we're doing some like Hellraiser stuff, like the fine line between pleasure and pain. We live torture, and we kind of do, but they're sensitive. I don't know if you know this, but those are men in power.
So is that bad?
They're sensitive, at least. It depends. I'm sure that you saw over there the Slamaris. He's reconsidering some things, and it seems like you did win over Fantubrius. So, like, on that level, I don't know. Maybe the ribbing did work. Maybe you ingratiated yourself. I'm just curious as to, how you can convince me that allowing you to have this knowledge, going out into the world, making decisions, either going back to work, having your needs taken care of, whatever, in what way does that benefit me?
Well, you get to hang out with us because we're great. Like I know we had to answer riddles to get in here, but you want us to stop by sometimes now. Let's be honest.
Yo, have you seen Paste's van? It's so cool.
Wait, he's got a van? God damn it. Tooltip, you seem cool. You like Chrono Trigger. Paste Special, you've got a van. I gotta ask you a question, Paste Special.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything on the van? Did you put a mural on that van?
It's got a fucking wizard on it.
She puts her hands behind her head and
when you see this wizard, you're gonna shit. You're gonna shit when you see this wizard.
I'm feeling the 3-pointer swish in. I feel like we got this.
Okay. Fuck, man, you got a van with a wizard on it. Okay.
I can teach you to sketch.
You can teach me to sketch. Dang, you guys are cool. Fuck.
We are.
Okay. Go back. Talk to Slamaris. I'm sure he has his final resolution for you. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna, make a motion that we allow you to live again. I think Slamaris is gonna be the guy who decides what that looks like.
Hell yeah.
So you're not gonna die. The robots aren't gonna get you. And Slamaris says, "Yeah. So come on back over here, and I've got a proposition for you."
We go.
Yeah, it's a small room. You're just taking a couple steps, honestly. So you came in here, and you did something that no one's ever done before, and that's you fucking ribbed us, and you got us generating hell power, right? Which isn't something that is usual. We're having a good time. We're people who like to have a good time and hang out. And I get the sense that you also might be people who like to have a good time and hang out. But it also turns out that you're fucking crackerjack at getting people to experience pain, to experience discomfort, to experience suffering, and to generate hell power. So what if we took this merry band right here? We got 3 Bone Lords right here with sort of a triangle. People call a triangle a powerful shape. But you know what else is a powerful shape? Is a square. Well, it's a square, right? A square's solid and powerful. And then what happens if you put a triangle on top of a square?
Well, you get the most demonic shape of all, the pentagram.
Exactly, yes. So how'd you like to join the Bone Lords?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, you're in. The machine's in the basement if you want to take a look at it. We've got a lot of balls, the discontinued energy drink in the fridge. Any other questions that you've got to get acclimated? You live here now, by the way.
Can we invite GameCube over, because I feel like she would really want to drink a can or bottle, I don't know, I don't remember what they come in, of balls, because in Gamer Town they got shit about that everywhere, and I don't think they sell it there.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
Awesome, because yeah, she did us a good turn.
Yeah, no, GameCube's great.
Is the machine, is it like turn on, or is it like scissors? Thank you for listening to Anime Sickos. I've been Tom, a sicko. You can follow me on Twitter at TomHarrison19. Joe is also a sicko. You can follow him on Twitter at ShariaUncle. You can follow Anime Sickos on Twitter at Anime Sickos, or email us at animesickos@gmail.com. Please leave us a review or something. I don't know. Tell a friend. Anyway, until next time, bye.